All right, welcome to the channel. This is Clarity Empress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective energy reading for my Clarity Empress collective. I hope everybody is doing well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. Let me know if the reading resonates with you. All right, we're getting started. Okay, we're gonna get started. Make sure you ring that bell every time you subscribe. That way you're notified every time I come on. Today is a blackout reading, so I will be reading the cards, but I am not at my desk, so I cannot show the cards in my room because my tummy was messed up, so I ain't. Mm-mm. What's up, Bite? My tummy was messed up. I can't mess with my desk right now. I don't know what I did, what I ate, but mm. All right, let's get it started. So yeah, somebody thought that you was gonna chase them. Yeah. So you know what's going around? I am well. Hope you are also. You know what's going around these days is that people are really teaching other folks how to live without them, how to choose themselves, how to move on, how to heal. You know, by playing too many mind games with folks. So those things are shifting the dynamic. Whereas you might have wanted like so in the twin flame and runner dynamic, um runner chaser dynamic, excuse me. The chaser is the one that's more healthy, wants to communicate, wants to work on the relationship, and the runner is running from anything that looks like love and healthiness and communication and emotional maturity. And then, it comes a time where a person will push you out of their life to the point where you become the runner because there's nothing to stay for. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't want me, what was that Fantasia song? If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. That's exactly what this is. If you don't want me, don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Oh, you singing the song, girl? If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. So, Carmen, darling, how are you? Girl, today my phone, between driving to appointments, oh my goodness, and taking 50 billion calls out the blue, I saw your text and was like, yeah, I'm going to answer her. And then I got bad news, good news. It was all over the place today. Hello, Luis Alberto Valencia. Yeah, so our moderator friend Trev, um, condolences to her. She lost her brother today. So that's the bad news. I have to check on her later. She'll be in town soon. I gotta see what she needs. Oh, bien. I'm good. You know what I mean? All right, Spirit, give me a message because I want to know, Spirit, what's going on that push the no, that's not what I want to know. Now that the chaser no longer chase, what's next for the runner? The original runner. Now that the chaser no longer chase, what's next for the runner? Thank you, Bite. I will extend your condolences. Thank you, Carmen. I will extend your condolences to her. Yeah, that's how I started my day today. That's how she started her day today. Man. All right, Spirit, give me a message What's up, Tuesday? Bella Rose. What's up, Mama Cetus? Blackout reading tonight. So the question is, what happens to the runner now that the chaser no longer chases? What's going on, Spirit? Whoa. I'm gonna show y'all this card. I'm gonna show y'all this card. Here we go. That's that's the card. Okay. Now, what I got from that immediately, two things. It could be physical homelessness, but the other part is the person feels now like an orphan. They feel unwanted. They feel unhoused. You know what I'm saying? Um, they don't feel happy. Um, hmm? Okay, put it right there for me. And can you give me that seltzer? Yes, please. So, what's up, Monty? What's up, Black Cherry? This is a blackout reading tonight. You'll have to listen to the beautiful sound of my voice to get the message. But I did show y'all the first card because I said, what happens to the runner when the chaser don't chase no more? Thank you, baby. Leave me alone. No. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So they feel homeless. And oftentimes, I would say, in my experience and the people I know, the person who um is experiencing the homelessness feeling, um they start to feel isolated. You know what I'm saying? The people that they left you for, felt highly of, ran to, uh they weren't it. You know what I'm saying? They weren't what thank you what they expected, anticipated, thought it was all about. It's just not. Which one is that? Just tomato? Huh? All right. So they tend to feel isolated. They turn into hermit mode, typically because it was something fun about running away, but it was also something miserable and self depreciating about running away. It was a mixed bag of emotions. And now they don't have this thrill of this person they used to think, should pursue them. You know what I mean? Tell me more. What happens to the runner when the chaser stops chasing? Mm, these cards didn't stick. Oh gosh, very sticky. Okay. Oh wow, stubborn silence. Someone refusing to listen, especially when the truth is tough. It's a nudge to open up and really hear what's being said, even if it bugs you. True growth starts with listening, even when you'd rather not. So this person, I feel like they're in denial of their circumstances. They're in denial, and unwilling to hear what's being said to them. Or, a lot of times what I keep hearing from men say is that all of a sudden when she goes silent, they actually heard what she's been trying to say all the while. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens to the runner in this twin flame journey, is that they go into this stubborn silence, but they're just trying to not acknowledge what has been said to them, what was told. Oh, Moosh, give me a couple cuts of that pineapple in a glass for me. Yeah, and a straw. Uh huh. Yes, ma'am. Tell me more, Spirit. So this is what's happening now. Maybe somebody's in denial of their circumstances or why their circumstances are what they are. Tell me more. One at a time, please. And welcome to the channel, y'all. Suppressing. Gee, weenies. Okay, so whoever, the runner energy is, this is what's happening. Now they suppressing. So this means, when they suppress, that is them overeating, drinking, smoking, cutting, tatting, anything to um take the pain away. You know what I'm saying? Um or they, divert from that emotional pain. It's a coping mechanism, really not a skill, but a coping mechanism, a diversion from accepting their truth, accepting their circumstances, right? This is them. Oh gosh, why it won't focus? There we go. Trying to escape. They wear that mask. They're trying to avoid, they're trying to forget. They can't forget. Actually, it gets more intense. The more the chaser leaves the situation alone, and the runner is aware of it, the more intense the feelings get. Mm. Tell me more. Tell me more, Spirit. And the challenge is, you, the chaser, were unapologetically real, right? If you don't like the truth, get to stepping. You were honest, candid, unwavering. Thank you. Bold, direct, trustworthy, right? All the characteristics that they weren't used to. Genuine, frank, loyal, open, real, and authentic. This person wasn't used to dealing with anybody that was real. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't work out well for them when it came to you. They didn't know how to handle a person like you because they would know how to handle themselves or anybody else for that matter. This person has a strong cognitive dissonance, right? They don't deal with truth well. They don't Spirit said they just don't listen. They don't want to hear. That's that stubborn silence. They don't want to hear. You could be telling them the truth. They could see the truth in action and they'll still be like, la, 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 la. This person wasn't trying to understand your truth. Your truth might have been their truth, but they wasn't trying to understand. It's a blackout reading, Monty. Oh, yes, someone did pass away. I forgot to tell you earlier when I talked to you. Trev, you didn't know, you didn't really meet Trev well. So Trev is a moderator, but she's also a close personal friend, sister. I don't remember when I did know her person, but unfortunately, she lost her younger brother today. And I was just letting people know because it just happened. I kind of put it out my mind because it was so heavy. Earlier part of the day, like I prayed with her, we talked, but and she was on her way to see him. But and in end of the week, so I still don't know what happened. She doesn't really know, or she didn't know at the time. So I'm gonna check in with her. But we do blackout readings every now and then when I'm not at my desk. I might not be able to show you the whole, landscape. Long Journey just popped out, along with Cap to Save That Hoe. What's the bottom of the deck, Spirit? Standoff. All right. So we got a war of the egos going on, right? Let me explain to you what's happening, right? This reading is about somebody who finally chose themselves, the chaser. The chaser is not really chasing anyone, right? It's just the terminology used in the flame paradigm. What they explain twin flames to be. It's really not a chase. It's about one person being a bit more healthy. I want to say perfectly healthy, but a bit more emotionally healthy in a connection, whereas the other person is running from the connection. They're doing everything they could possibly do to sabotage it, intentionally and unintentionally, right? Not really necessarily for their best good. And it's mainly because they still got lessons to learn out there in the world. that their twin flame cannot teach them. That appreciation that is needed for a connection, they don't have. You know what I mean? While they're in that runner energy, that person that just can't stay still in the connection, cannot pour into the connection. They can pour into others. You know what I mean? They may people please with others. They may breadcrumb others. May even appreciate other people. But their twin flame, they may love them differently and can't show them. So the person that's considered the healthiest one, that's stable and willing to fight or work on the connection, is considered the chaser because they're not going anywhere. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Where are they going? You know? Oh, right. My bad. And Black Cherry grandmama. So condolences to Black Cherry, y'all. She lost her grandma, one of her grandmoms, sorry, not the grandma, a grandmom, because she has more than one. So it's condolences to her. Wow. Oh Lord, you know death come in threes, y'all. That's why I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to think about it. I did not want to think about it, but it is what it is. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, so prayers to for Black Cherry, prayers for Trev. Mm, 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 mm. You know, Trev's brother was young, but the grandmama was older. And one thing I appreciate about our elders is when they live their life, when they lived their life. I don't care how long they live though, their energy still can't be replaced. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody who has had spent time with a grandma that loved on them knows that energy is irreplaceable. Okay? You just can't. You just can't. And my condolences, sis. It's been one of them days, boy. It's been one of them days. It's been one of them days. All right, let me get back on this channeling and this topic because I'm about to get way off. So the runner goes through the stages of feeling abandoned by the chaser. They are in stubborn silence. They have cognitive dissonance because they do not listen, or they don't listen to anybody. Probably they're suppressing their emotions. This person, it may be an avoidant personality style who uh just does not attach well. You know what I mean? And they numb. They try to forget. You know what I'm saying? Who you sorry to? Don't be sorry to nobody here on this channel right now, girl. Please. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Life and death is real, and we have to acknowledge it, and we have to ibashe, honor them, right? Praise them. Um. Thank you, bite. All right. So unapologetically, real. Okay. So that's the problem. The challenge and the lesson with this situation that has y'all in a standoff, because that's here, is that you're unapologetically real and you kind of like a take it or leave it. Like, all right, if you ain't gonna work with me, then leave me alone. If you ain't gonna stand up for me or for us or for the connection, then there is no connection, right? So get to stepping. You get what I'm saying? And um, you have integrity. You're genuine. You're fearless, especially when it comes to love. You're open, real, and authentic, right? But Spirit said this has been a long journey, so you may have had a lot of time with this person. And I feel like that journey is coming to a close for a lot of people, meaning um the chaser is done. All right. There's no more running. There's no more chasing. You can run, but the chaser's not gonna chase. It says old worn out shoes symbolize life's hardships and the toll they take, reflecting a sense of weariness and longing for stability. The condition of the soul mirrors the soul fatigue from life and lifelong journey. Oh, okay, this is indicating a need for rest and review. What is indicating to me is that the runner has been going through it ever since the chaser stopped chasing. All right. They've been having a lot of challenges in their life. And then we got Captain Save a Hole that came out along with Long Journey. Excuse me, but the overall energy is standoff. It says standoff, deadlock, stalemate, no action, gridlock, and inaction. One of the things that keeps the runner from coming toward the chaser is their insecurities. Not feeling good enough for the chaser energy, not feeling that they have anything worthy to give. Um, Maybe they're chasing the wrong thing, so their priorities may be mixed up. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot when there's some psychological stuff maybe going on. There may be childhood wounds and things like that that have not been resolved. So they can't come toward you. And then with the chaser, you done. You're done. You can't carry the weight of two people in a relationship if one is unwilling to try. It's no point. And a lot of us, what I'm saying, when you get in a situation like that, you have to realize you're doing too much. You got to come to the conclusion. That's the healthiest conclusion you could come to if somebody won't cooperate. If somebody's not participating in the relationship the way you are, like there's no reciprocity, right? So, all right, tell me more, spirit. Tell me about homeless. There it is. The broken child. Healing, innocence, recovery, fragile, resilience, and renewal. So we got the broken child has shown up, and that is the reason this child feels orphaned. This person, they could be a big person. They could be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever age. It don't matter. But they still feel like a broken child. And they feel abandoned. And it really is because once they've had that childhood issue of abandonment, they go into other circumstances, other situations, and abandon themselves in those situations too. So they keep repeating that with multiple people. People who are like them, they're people, that abandon them and people that aren't. So eventually they wear out their welcome where they go because they're detached and they act like they don't care. So people don't care for them either. Or at least they lose that feeling, right? Tell me more about this stubborn silence. Oh, this person is trying to drown out the fact that they feel like they're in love with you. Even if they don't. Let me see something. Even if they don't feel like they come from love, the person feels like they're in love with you. But that cognitive dissonance, that ego, and that pride won't let them go. He's got a vice grip on him. Tell me more about suppressing. Tricks up their sleeve. Oh, okay. Not only do they suppress, but they're a trickster. They're real cunning, real crafty and calculating, shrewd, deceptive, and a genius. They're a little liar. They like to lie. They like to sneak. This could be somebody who was a cheater. You know what I'm saying? That can't be with more than one. I mean, can't be with one person monogamously. They kind of like got that wandering eye, constantly looking, constantly wonder what somebody else got going on. You know what I mean? And try to be slick about it. This is just is giving typical type cheater stuff, but it's really because they're avoiding their feelings. Most of the men in them videos I showed you, they said one is better than a few. You know what I'm saying? One good one is better than a few. And this person, I don't feel like in the hidden energy, they may have not tested the waters. They may not have gone through enough karmics yet to understand that if they have one good one, that them streets really wasn't for them. Yeah. Tell me more. All right. Tell me more. What is this one card? No. Oh. Oh wow. So two cards come out again. And this is um bumping heads and explosive events. So it says sudden, unexpected, shattering, jolting, unforeseen, devastating, overwhelming. So this is the challenge and the lesson. There is like bombs going off in this person's life right now. They ain't got shit to do with you, but these bombs are going off in their life right now. Okay. Then we got bumping heads. So whoever they're with, people pleasing, doing whatever with, thank you. Um, there's a lot of friction and um conflict, stubbornness, resistance, a lot of arguing, a lot of arguing, a lot of clashing of opinions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tell me more, spirit. Hmm. And sucker for love. You know, this person is a sucker for love. Well, really, they're a sucker for the chaser's love. Okay, the runner is a sucker for the chaser's love. So deep down inside, no matter how much their pride and the ego gets uh messes with them, no matter how much they are tattered and bruised from their journey, from numbing themselves, from avoiding, from also avoiding the healing that they need to do. Um, this person is a sucker for love, your love in particular, and bottom of the deck. So this person can't let you go. Yeah, peace, and they want to wave the right white flag. They want to is overall they know they're going to have to be the ones to surrender. Okay, and because there's a standoff here, so they have to be one. Because the white flag is here. It says peace. It says surrender, peace, hope, truce, resolve, harmony, unity, ceasefire, fatigue, negotiation, release, and reconciliation. There will be no possible way that there will be a reconciliation with this person for you, for the chaser, if the runner does not surrender and wave that white flag and ask for reconciliation and change and do the healing and do the work, because they got too much going on here. And I don't know if they ask, they'll necessarily get what they want, okay, or what they're seeking, mainly because there's some things here that are unresolved. There's some lying energy here. So there's deception, there's some numbing. So they got addictions. There's cognitive dissonance. So they're stubborn and hard-headed, feel like they in love with you, so they locked in when it come to that, but they're not locked in and reciprocating because they have abandonment issues. They're a broken child. They feel orphaned and homeless and they're isolated, right? So this person has a lot of pain that they're dealing with, but it's unresolved, right? There's no healing happening. So What end up happening for y'all is y'all would bump heads. And it currently there's a standoff. That's the overall energy. And the only way to break that is one side has to break. And the chaser said, I don't chase. At least not what you think I was. I don't chase. So guess what? Who ain't gonna make a move? The chaser. The chaser's not making a move. Excuse me. Oh shoot. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, hold on. So there's that. All right. Excuse me. Let's pull out some intuitive calves. He talking about. All righty. All right, Spirit, tell me about this broken child and homeless. Tell me about the broken child with homeless. The runner. Intuitive calves. Spirit said you already know. Your intuition told you what it was with this person. Sometimes, our intuitions in our spidey senses be tingling. Like you feel something ain't right with this person, or you feel something ain't right with a circumstance, right? You can't put it into words yet. I know for me, when I've had circumstances that have been challenging, I know it's a challenge, but I can't address the challenge until I know how to put it in a context. It's like I feel it, I know it, boom, and then one day I get the clarity. One day somebody gives me the answer. Ah, it's the such and such. Ah, it's the that. Okay, yep. Thank you. Tell me more, spirit. Everybody hearing me? Okay. Tell me more, spirit. All right. The sub or silence, but yet they in love with you. What is that about, spirit? Divination. So now I'm picking up your energy collective because I'm picking up you trying to gain your own clarity on this situation. Hell, this person could be giving divination on you, but there's someone trying to get clarity as to what is going on. What is real and what's Memorex when it comes to this person. They don't know. They don't know what am I looking at? Am I sure? It's like I guess the new way was instead of real or Memorex, it would be like, is it real or AI? Because that's essentially the same thing. And it's like this person is trying to get to somebody is trying to look on the other side through the veil and see what am I dealing with. And I'm getting that this person is starting to realize how much emotion that they have for you. You may know this person, like I feel like intuitive Kev is here. You intuitively know how deep this person has it for you. They do. Okay. But there's still an issue regardless, there's an issue. Tell me more, spirit. Because this person has tricks up their sleeve and addictions with that numbing. Yeah. Okay, so the advice is they really need to line it up. The chakras is here. This person has probably got distorted root chakra. They need to line it up. They need to be able to speak their truth. That's the truth. So when you go from the root, that's your stability, that's your grounding, that's who you are to your core, right? That is um how you move through the world. And then your sacral chakra, right? Your sexual organs is housing your creativity, right? Your abundance, um your gifts to the world. The solar chakra is the I am, you knowing from your gut who you are, right? This person needs to work on these things. Their heart chakra, they got to open up their heart chakra because they're dealing with all this abandonment and all this childhood issues. Their throat chakra, they need to learn how to communicate. The crown chakra, I'm sorry, the third eye, they need to learn how to think. And then the crown is they need to receive the message from God, meaning they need to trust their intuition. They need to be an open vessel for spirit, the right spirit to come through, because they could have an entity attachment to them. You know, when people have broken childhoods, they tend to be they tend to have a lot to come compartmentalize in their life. You know, there's some children that survive their trauma with alter egos and multiple personalities, or they go into schizophrenia to cope, or all of these things. The brain gets triggered, right? That look like mental psychosis, but a lot of times it's some spiritual warfare against the person. You know what I mean? And the right shaman would know what to do, how to diagnose and support that person. But modern Western medicine, we would all we do is medicate, 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 and feed the problem. Tell me more, spirit. Oh shoot, completion. Hello. Tell me more. The veil. Mm. Spirit said you knew. All right. So I'm getting your energy now. The veil is so thin. You see past all the nonsense, all the bull. You spirit said you watching this person's situation, whatever they got going on, ever since you told them get to stepping or move on or whatever, you get to see. I don't even know if you're peering into their life or it's just spilling over to you. Like meaning somehow it's being revealed to you. That's all I'm saying. Um but the veil is here and she's looking beyond the veil. I feel like if you're peering into this light this person's life is through divination. But what you can see is that there's explosive events, there's arguments, there's bumping of head. Wherever they are, whomever they are with, they are completely and utterly in sorrow and unhappiness with that person or people. Okay? And I think you've been protected by the veil in many ways because of your ability to see beyond it. You've been protected. Your name has been in and you're not in it. You're not trying to survive that with them. Tell me more, spirit. And then pathway. I started to mention the pathway because when I pulled the deck out the box, that was the first card at the bottom of the deck. Didn't really think it was gonna come out, but this is your pathway. So for some of you all, some of you chasers, and you're not chasing, it's just a term. For some of you, this person doing what they did to you, whatever it was, not being healed, not listening, not being respectful, standing off with you, got all these other things going on where they bumping heads with other people. They are leading like it's igniting the separation between the two. It's allowing you to move on with your life. It's allowing you to let go of this person and their circumstances and to focus now on you. Bottom of the deck. Yep. Focus more on you. And then self love comes out. Okay. I love it. So this is allowing you to have the clean break that you need. The more that they did, the more it pushed you away. The more it let you go be free and be you. The more it allows you to support yourself. You know what I'm saying? It allows you to go on. This person is giving you a gift. So rather this be a twin flame false flame, karmic flame, whatever you want to call it. It could be any of those things, right? Is leading you to self love. The lessons that you've learned and gained from this connection are leading you to self love. Okay? You're able to focus on your love of your life, build line up your own chakras. Speak your mind, listen to your intuition, because all of this is saying spirit is guiding your path. Your path is clear. This person can't block you anymore, because the more you know, the more you grow. The more you know, the more you're able to cope with this situation and release it. Allow them to have their pain. Allow them to have their pain so you can go find your peace. And you don't, there's no standoff for you, right? Because there's no chasing going on. There's no arguments. There's no competition. There's no nothing. This person is where they wanted to be. And now you have moved on to where you need to be. And that's focusing on your self worth and your self love. Tell me more about intuitive Cav. Excuse me. Earth Angel. You are Earth Angel to this person. That's why they feel so abandoned and isolated without you. Is that what it is, collective? You were sweet to this person. You gave unconditional love. You didn't expect anything back from them, but you did, right? You might have been the type of person to hold somebody accountable, but at the same time, you gave your love freely because that's who you are. You know, Earth Angel does not equal dummy. And I feel like a lot of karmics, twin flame runners, and false flames tend to think that having someone love them rather, uh, makes you somebody's dummy. It's just the reason why they think that is because they think, well, you must be dumb if you love me because I don't love myself. You get what I'm saying? They think they smarter than everybody, but they know they don't love themselves. So how could you love me if I don't love me? Tell me more. Oh, it's definitely a twin flame because twin flame just came out. So you already know. I feel like you might be some every now and then you may second guess yourself and you may have wondered what the connection was, but it's twin flame, and this person was sent in your life to teach you a lesson. I hope you learned it this time. Now, everybody's situation, let me just retract. Let me just slow down, rewind, edify. Um, Everybody's situation is not twin flame. It's not. Everybody's situation is different. Some people are truly karmic individuals here to tear us down till we learn to stand up for ourselves. Okay, to drain us of every drop of whatever we got so that we learn how to preserve the drops that we have, right? They came to teach us lessons, but the lessons usually result in lessons of self love. Tell me about chakras, spirit. Third party situation, yeah. So this person was numbing because not only were they a twin flame, but the reason why they were sneaking. And remember, I said there was some cheater energy here. Well, that's being clarified by a third party situation. This person has another person, somebody they was pouring energy in, time, attention, hey, sex, affection. Proving themselves to somebody else and not you, right? That person could have them addicted and numbing. They might enjoy those type of activities together, getting high together, getting drunk together. You know what I'm saying? Being miserable together. That may be what they got in common with that other person. Tell me more, spirit. Yeah, because you too busy winning with the achievement here. You too busy winning, growing, focusing on you. That's part of the problem. This person bumping heads because they don't want to see you succeed without them. This person wants to be attached to you, but then distant. One moment they want you, the next minute they don't. And they basically pushed you out the door by being that way. Tell me about pathway, spirit. Oh, they was believing them false narratives. So people were lying to them about you, collective, or somebody was just putting some falsehoods in their head, not necessarily lies, but some sort of speculation that was getting in this person's head, and they still listen to that nonsense, right? So this person, this twin flame ain't gonna be able to come to you in that mindset if they're listening to these narratives, these lies. Okay. They believe in what they heard or what people said. It could be believing that the third party situation could be somebody saying, I'm better than that. I'm better than your person. I'm better than them. I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Or they ain't got the money that they look like they got, or they ain't this and they ain't that. Putting them down. Putting your person, putting you down, right, to your person, to your twin flame person. I'm bottom of the deck. Up, being they blocked. No access. This person is not going to be able to infiltrate your self worth and self love. They're blocked. You're not giving them access. That's it. This person don't get to win with you because they ain't been in the trenches with you. They ain't support you. They ain't haven't reciprocated love to you. They haven't done anything that would be required to build a relationship with you is what I'm getting. And you had to focus on self-love once that was realized. Once that was what was understood. So your twin flame got a lot of psychological warfare that they going through. They may have entity attachment. They it may simply be they got some serious childhood healing that needs to be done. Like the wounding that they receive from their parent or parents is so detrimental to their growth, relationships, and connections that if they don't work on that, they will not have any of that. Okay. Without connection, it's harder to make money. Networking is key. Without that emotional intelligence, it's hard to make connections and keep them because you go around being inconsiderate to other people when you don't have emotional intelligence. And this person got to grow. And you, in the meantime, you block them. So, no, you're not chasing anymore. You're not going anywhere. But you're also not allowing this person any entrance into your life. They can't come in while you are nurturing and healing yourself from this connection. While you're growing, while you're working on you. They don't they don't they don't get entry. Mm-mm. It's not how it works. When you recognize your self-worth and those that would take advantage of it because as the moment they get an opportunity, they do something and fuck it all up, eventually you stop giving them entry. You, when you understand the program, when you understand what's actually happening. You don't ask why. You don't care no more. You just let it go. You know what I'm saying? They are who they are. I feel like you went through that already with divination. You might have gotten a clear understanding of what this person is. You may understand and know that they are full of emotions and things like that. But this person don't know how to demonstrate it. Maybe they think it's not cool to, or like the pride and ego situation. Oh, I'm too tough. I'm too cool for school to let somebody know that I love them and I care about them. I'm too cool to, this is the type of person that believes that people be simping when they show love to their partner. Oh, that dude be simping because you know what I'm saying. He take care of some of the bills in that house, and he share responsibilities with her. Oh, he over there simping. What? That's the mindset somebody would have to get blocked like this, to be at a standoff, to be bumping heads. But it's also some mind control when it comes to this third party situation. Cause she in this picture does not like what she's seeing right now. She doesn't like, you know what, tonight, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. So I saw a quick 12-minute video. I might show you, play it tomorrow or something. But that guy, mental illness, Lee Hammond. All right, there's a lot of controversy with him, but he is a not self He's a diagnosed narcissist, right? And all his videos talk about narcissism. And he was saying that, narcissists know the very moment in time when you lose interest or you've lost the feeling and you do not care anymore. Then they go into overdrive for control's sake. They go berserk, right? They become a maniac. And some of them, he says, some want to push you away, right? Because they got new supply or they got their eye on somebody else, so they don't need you no more. Okay. They want you to just break down. And then that way, if you break up, then they can pretend to be the victim and kind of switch the narrative, right? That's what I'm seeing going on here. And then the other part of it is that they may not want it to be over, but and what he called the other situation was reverse discard by making you just putting your foot on your neck so much you can't do nothing but get away from them, right? And then he said, then there's the ones that don't want you to go nowhere. So they love bomb you. They come in with the charm and they try to woo you. And they, what I'm saying? They over there trying to let you know how much they care and they love you so much. And they become the person, either the person you always wanted or the person that you saw in the beginning for a glimpse. So you go back into, he said it's a complete mind fuck because you're sitting there thinking, oh, am I bugging? Maybe I'm the one tripping. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they really do love me. And you get comfortable. And the moment you get comfortable, they snatch that mask off and show you they ain't give no fucks at all. And then you right back where you started. He said, imagine somebody I don't know why he used this scenario, but imagine you swimming in the oceans. Oh, no, I should say swimming in the swimming pool of emotions, and then you go to dive head first, and the pool is dry. What's about to happen to you? He said your neck gonna snap. He said, and that's the feeling that you get when they pull that mask back after love bombing you just to get you to care again, and they keep doing that so that you never get to heal. You understand what I'm saying? You don't get to heal in situations where somebody's constantly playing with your emotions. So I feel like, collective, you decided to take pick yourself up, go heal, and release this connection. Now, does it mean that you do not actually care? Nah. 9 times out of 10, you love the individual that you poured love into, right? You love them because love is what you represent. That's who you are. Earth angel came out. You're an earth angel. You're gonna love this person, but it doesn't mean you're gonna tolerate the shenanigans and the foolishness that this person is about or willing to put you through for the sake of the lack of healing that they don't, or that they have going on. You got to choose you at the end of the day. You got to pour into yourself. So, take that how it resonates. If it don't resonate, you don't gotta take it. That's the message though. That's what spirit gave me to give to you. And I hope that for whoever it's for, it is helpful. Because the more you know, you know how they say you know better, you do better. The more you know, then do better. Change your life. You're the only one that can do it. Change your life. Thank you for coming, y'all. Y'all have a good night and peace.